Hey guys, my name is Matsumo, and today I want to do a special episode of Did You Know and go over some of my favorite cheeky spots in Rainbow Six Siege. The first one, just to kind of jump on in here, takes place on the map Cafe. Did you know that you can shoot out this box right here, this little panel, wiggle on through with your character, and then you've created the ultimate camping location? Granted, you are very vulnerable in this spot, and you have to watch out that your character isn't clipping on through so the enemy doesn't see your foot or something like that. But if you position yourself appropriately, the enemy is going to have no idea that you're there if they walk through the doorway. Now, the downside of this spot is that while it's great for taking out one enemy, if there's another person directly behind him in that doorway, they're going to be able to take you out no problem. You can't really run away from this spot. There's no quick exit here. As soon as you take out and reveal yourself, as long as the enemy is halfway decent, they're going to be able to take you out absolutely no problem. Regardless, though, it is a very sneaky spot. No one in their right mind expects it. No one's really checking that location, like who in the world would? And so if you're looking for a fun, humiliating way at taking out your enemy on Cafe, this is a great way to go about it. The next one is something that I only recently just discovered, and it takes place on Clubhouse. If you're on defense and you're protecting the basements, instead of just protecting that long hallway that connects from the garage to the main objective room like you normally would, jump onto these boxes here and then shoot at the wall like I am right now. What's great about this spot is that anyone that jumps down into the garage or jumps down into that pit there, they're not going to expect you to be at this elevation. Most people, when they're aiming down sight and they're looking for the enemy, they're going to expect you at head level. They're going to expect you at ground level. And as soon as they start to make their way down that hallway, you got a clear shot and you're going to be able to take them out no problem. Even if they realize the hole is there at the last second, that still gives you plenty of time because they're then having to correct for their accuracy. They're going to have to whip their gun up to try to kill you, and that will give you ample opportunity to win that firefight. It's a great little spot. Very few people know about it right now. Very few people take advantage of it, and so I highly recommend that you try this out on Clubhouse. The next one is probably my favorite cheeky spot in Rainbow Six Siege, and it takes place on Oregon. Once again, if the enemy is in the basement, but you're on offense this time, make your way to the second story and place your breaching charge above the staircase. Now, what's great about this is that as soon as you open it up, not only is the enemy not going to expect it, but it gives you a clear line of sight of anyone that's defending that staircase. This staircase can be a nightmare to make your way down when the objective is in that main room there. You do, of course, have to watch out for roamers, but that's true for Oregon in general. Oregon is a map that is roamers' haven, but if you want to help your team not only just get an easy kill for an unsuspecting victim, but also just kind of watch as your team makes their way down and protect them as they make their way down that staircase, this is an amazing way at going about it. The next one is a little less reliable and relies a lot more on luck compared to the others, but if you're on Chalet and you know that your objective is once again in the basement, I don't know why this is a theme here, but it is, if the enemy is trying to make their way and breaching through the garage, one way at taking them out is using your C4 to throw it through the window and taking anyone out that's hiding behind the snowmobiles. Make sure that you do shoot out the glass. This was something that I neglected to do the very first time, and I looked like a fool because my nitro cell sat on the window and I wasn't able to pick it up because it was too far away. So don't make my mistake. Shoot at the glass before you do throw it on over. But if you are lucky enough, and once again, this does require a lot of luck because you have absolutely no idea where the enemy is, and it's just kind of a flip of the coin if they are hiding behind the snowmobiles. But if they are there, this is a very fun and humiliating way at taking out your enemy on Chalet. The final couple that I have revolve around trapdoors. Now, some of you might be thinking, really? Trapdoors? How in the world are those sneaky? Everyone knows about them. Well, it kind of depends on how you use them. For example, if you are on house and the enemy is trying to make their way through the garage, they're trying to get at the hostage, instead of just defending in the hostage room itself or making your way up to the first floor, get on up to that second floor, open it up with a shotgun or a nitro cell, and then make sure that you have opened up the window as well that's directly below it. Now, any thermite or anyone anyone that's trying to breach through that garage isn't going to expect you to be on that second floor peering through that trap door. Another really good example of this on the complete opposite end of the spectrum is if you are on a Clubhouse once again. Here is a great example where I have clear line of sight of this window. When an enemy peeks their head on over it to look and see if anyone's in that room, they're not gonna expect me in the bar itself, and I'm gonna be able to get a kill that way. The downside of these is that normally you are going to be a fair distance away from the objective, and if the enemy does breach on through from a different access route, you might be left with your pants down. Regardless though, these are some great sneaky spots, and honestly, these aren't the only spots that I've found. They're all over the place. There's probably some that I haven't even found at all. So if you see a trapdoor and you are on defense, watch out for where you think the enemy might be coming from, and use these to your advantage and catch them by surprise. But yeah, guys, that is about it for today's special episode of Did You Know Cheeky Spots Edition. I hope you enjoyed. As always, if there is a spot or a location that you find to be very helpful, but you don't think many people know about, let everyone know down below. I'm learning, we're all learning, and so if you know of anything, bestow that knowledge to all of us down below in the comment section. But yeah, guys, until tomorrow, have a good one, and take it easy.